I hope this podcast can inspire you to always dream big and make it your reality. I am your host, Jess Williamson, a serial entrepreneur and business coach. And today I am so excited to chat to you. I've been thinking about this topic for a little while now, and that is the idea of redefining what success looks like. And I wanted to chat about particularly building $1 million business from home and really normalizing that idea as well. I really want to define what success really means, because have you ever stopped and asked yourself what your idea of success really is? If you can remove all societal conditioning, remove all expectations from others, and even the expectations of yourself, when we remove all of this, what does success really mean to you? Because at the end of the day, to me, success simply means what makes you the happiest. Now, other people might have different definitions. And again, people have different definitions of what happy looks like as well. But for me, success really is what makes me the happiest. So this is the time where you need to stop and ask yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I running my business? What does success really mean to me? Because I've been on my own journey to get here as well. It didn't happen overnight, and I loved my other businesses. They definitely played their part, and I learned a lot throughout the process, but they didn't embody exactly what success meant to me. So the traditional idea of success, when we think of success, we think of the big shiny office, the large team of people, lots of money, designer goods, big stages, if you're speaking on big stages or getting published in massive publications, maybe jet setting around the world, business class or first class, and so much more. But these are just some of the common ideas, right? And when we picture that in our head, it looks like possibly someone in a suit or, all of these preconceived ideas that we've learned over the time. Society has built up this idea of what success looks like. Now, over the past year, we've had the biggest shakeup in my life's history in regards to changing some of these beliefs. And I think that we are definitely on the right path, but there is so much societal conditioning and even just the expectations of yourself and others that can sometimes cloud the direction that we're trying to go. So if we're not 100% clear, or even 99% would be great, but if we're not super clear on what success really means to us, then we may end up somewhere else. Now, that somewhere else might still be nice, but it's just missing something, right? So if we're not super clear on that, we might end up somewhere else. Because I've been there myself. Before, all of this stuff happened over the past couple of years, I was on a plane every 3 weeks. I was burnt out. I wasn't putting my health first. I wasn't ever getting time to go to the beach. Even though I ran a swimwear brand, I never went to the beach. I probably went like once or twice in the whole summer. And here in WA, our summer lasts from about October till April. So we've got a long time, and I only really went twice. Yet I was running a swimwear brand, which is like a crazy kind of concept to get your head around. But it happened because I made myself busier than ever. So success looks really different to me. I want to just share that because I think we need to start to change society's perception on what success looks like and how it looks quite one-dimensional, because it can and should look different to everyone. But I still see so many people chasing the same dreams and same goals because it's their preconceived idea of what success looks like. Now you're probably thinking, yeah, Jess, that's not me. I'm all good. I know that I don't want a big office. I don't want a suit. But it happens. And the problem is you don't even realize it's happening. Have you ever said, oh, I just want to really grow my business. I want to earn more money. This is the number one thing that people say. When I jump on an initial call or I'm having a chat in the DMs on Instagram, I ask people, what is your goal right now? 99% of the time, the answer that I get is I want to grow my business and I need more sales. And I would tell you 99% of the time that's either not what they really want, or if it is what they want, they don't necessarily understand why. What is the why behind that? And So what I hear so often is, I want 6 figures, I want to make $1 million, I want to hit, these numbers that they've just plucked out of thin air. And they don't actually know why. Why do you want that? Because you might get that, but at what expense? You might end up busier than you've ever been in your life and never get to spend time with your family or friends or, on your health. I was there. I was making a ton of money in my swimwear brands, in all of my businesses. I was running 5 before COVID happened, making a bunch of money. But that wasn't what success looked like for me. I was anxious. I was stressed. I was not the best version of me. I was angry. I was lashing out because of all of this going on inside. So the whole reason I started my business in the first place was because I was sitting in an office, freezing my butt off every single day, doing stuff that I didn't really love with people that I didn't really enjoy that much, in a stuffy office environment, having to wear a damn office outfit, which was just so uncomfortable and so not me. If you have seen me, there's no way I'll be wearing any black trousers ever again in my life. And I was sitting there every single day, freezing my butt off because they love the damn aircon so cold. And I'd look out the window and I would see a 35-degree, perfectly sunny day with no wind. And I would think to myself every single time, damn, I wish I could be outside right now. There was no outside. We were in an office. There was no windows even that opened. And the only thing I wanted to do was go outside and enjoy the sun and go to the beach and, do all of these things and have flexibility, because my energy levels were so low all the time. If I needed to rest, I couldn't because I had to go to this full-time job. So for me, what I wanted to do with my first business was I wanted to do what I enjoyed. I wanted to have the flexibility to go to the beach whenever I want and take holidays whenever I want. I wanted to have enough income to fund that. I wanted to have time to exercise, to eat well, to feel healthy, and to live my life how I want. That's pretty much it. Pretty simple, right? And even with that definition, I went down a different path. I still had elements of that, but I went down a different path. So I did have an office for a while. I had it for about a year, and I actually found having an office less productive. It took up time commuting. It wasn't as comfortable, and it was less flexible for breaks. I mean, sometimes when I'm working at home now, sometimes I'll just decide I'm going to have a 2-hour lunch break. I'm going to put on a movie. I'm going to put on my comfy clothes and have a cup of tea and relax. You can't do that when you're at an office. And so when my energy levels were low, I was still trying to operate on this 9 to 5 time frame, right? And I wasn't being productive. Sometimes I needed the bigger breaks so that I could come back and be more productive. So I wanted to share this because I don't need a shiny office. I don't care less about fancy cars, designer things. I don't care about any of these things, to be honest. If you do care about them, then great, go for it. But what I'm sharing here is not, hey, you have to have my idea of success. That is not my point at all. I want you to figure out what your idea of success means. Now, I have some friends who love their Chloe handbags and their Gucci, all of this stuff, and they love that. And that's what lights them up. So go for it if that's you. If you want a fancy car, you want that Mercedes or whatever it is that you've got your eye set on, then go for it. But ask yourself, is this what I really want? Or is it someone else's idea of success? Tap back into you. So I love having flexibility. And after a year of having my office, I moved back home with my office because sometimes it takes trial and error to really know what success means to you. I was also running a different business out of that office space where I had a massive warehouse downstairs where I had an events and photo shoot venue. And I started that because I thought, ooh, that looks fun. I love organizing. I like events. I like photo shoots. I like all of this stuff. But what it did was it took me away from my idea of success. It gave me less flexibility. It gave me less control. It gave me all of the things that I didn't want. Now, I've had staff as well. And to be honest, I don't want staff. Yes, I could grow and scale my business bigger and earn more revenue. But then if I'm going to have staff, then I'd be paying the money to the staff anyway. And then I'd have more responsibilities. I'd have more pressure. I'd have less flexibility because I have to deal with staff. And when they're working, I want to just work when I want to work, And that is my idea of success. So you don't always have to grow bigger. You don't always have to grow to more staff. You don't always have to have an office. But if you do want those things, then go for it. And you can structure staff and the working and different things like that to allow you flexibility. But I've decided I don't need that. I don't want that. And that's fine as well. So for me, being an introvert, I actually love working from home. I don't need to see people all the time, right? Whereas other people I know go a little bit crazy working at home by themselves all the time and they need that social interaction. But I'm in a comfortable setting at home, which means I can focus my energy into content creation, into showing up on this podcast, and it benefits me as a coach as well because it means that I get to listen and learn more about my clients and be more attentive because I'm comfortable and I'm not being distracted by all the other people or things around me. So through a lot of soul searching, now this didn't happen overnight. I've done a lot of trial and error on realizing what success does not mean to me in order to reach what it does. And look, that's just what success means to me right now. When I have a family down the track, I'm sure success again will look different. But during my time in business, I have redefined my own version of success by being able to grow my business to over 7 figures whilst working from home and prior to COVID traveling the world. But, I don't know if I want to return to every 3 weeks traveling kind of level, but if it's for a holiday, then that'll be great. So I've redefined my idea of success. And look, sometimes I feel like people might be judging, but I couldn't care less, to be honest, because I've gotten to the point where I'm at that space. But what I wanted to share was that it still happens. One of my friends that I spoke to recently, she actually shared with me that she lost a potential client because they actually asked her where her offices were. And she said, oh no, I'm working from home. I have a home office. And they actually didn't sign up with her because they wanted someone who was more big time or someone who was going to help them take their business to the next level. And they didn't take her seriously because she was working from home. It happens. People still think this way. Now, you probably don't think this way because you're hanging out here with me on this podcast, but people do. And then we can build up this fear of judgment around, oh, okay, I don't want to look lazy or slack. I better look like I'm working. And I used to even think, oh, what will my clients think of me if I'm just hanging out on the beach on a Wednesday and Thursday afternoon and not answering the emails, right? I would always be quite attentive. I always reply to them pretty quickly, but I was creating this reality for myself that I couldn't share that I was at the beach on my social media because I thought, what will people think? Will they think that I'm slack? Will they think that I'm not a good coach because I'm not behind my desk, hassling my clients 24/7? No, I give them the tools. I give them the support. I do all of this. And so I now share that I'm going to the beach. I now share that I'm doing all of this stuff and I still make time to check in with them. Sometimes I even check in with them while I'm at the beach because I'm now relaxed and I can really focus on supporting them in that way. So I wanted to share that little story because it happens and we still do need to make some work on redefining what success means. So back to the idea of working from home. Over the past year, we have seen this become more acceptable, right? But think back 2 years ago. It was very rare for people to work from home. And then those who were working from home in their business, they all pretty much had a goal to have an office. That's why I ended up getting a damn office because I thought, well, that looks successful. And when I got the office, everyone said congratulations and they said how great it was and how successful I am. So we need to redefine this. Running a business leaner is actually a smarter business decision. Why are we not congratulating people from moving their office back home? Why are we not congratulating people from getting rid of all of their staff or, making moves that support their idea of success, right? So for me, I have pretty much one full-time staff member and one part-time casual sort of person that I use and then a few contractors. And for me, having one great staff member is so much more valuable than having 5 average ones, So this one staff member, I've really invested in upskilling her. I've really invested in her own personal growth and helping her reach her goals so that we can grow together. And I would much prefer work with one person than have to manage 5 because this one person knows all the ins and outs of my business, right? All you really need to run $1 million business is a laptop and yourself. Yet people are still being judged or looked down on as not being as successful as others who manage large teams, have the office, and hustle every damn day. Let's please change that. So this is actually something that I do with all of my one-on-one clients. When they first come to me, one of the first things that we discuss is what is their idea of success? And sometimes we have to remove some of that conditioning, we have to remove some of those expectations, and we have to dig deeper. This is really important for me as a coach because if they come to me and they say, Jess, I just want to grow my business, I want to hit 6 figures, I want to hire a team, I could say, all right, great, sounds great, let's do this, this, and that, and I know how to get them to that goal. I can get them to their goals. But if we're not super clear on what the goal is, then they're going to end up 6 months down the track with another problem. They're going to be in a place where they didn't want to end up. So my goal is to really help them actually dig deep, figure out what success means to them, and then we pave the path to get them there. And that is what I want to encourage you to do today. And hopefully this has changed your way of thinking a little bit around just questioning yourself, questioning, why do I want this? Who said I need to hit 6 figures? What would 6 figures mean to me? Like, did I just pluck that number out of thin air? Or does it actually have intention? And you can earn way more money than you possibly need. That's great because the more money you have, the more good you can do with it, the more you can, use it for your enjoyment of life, help your family, be philanthropic if you wish. The more money in hands of good people is a good thing. But what would you do with it? Like, why do you need it? Because otherwise you may end up hustling so damn hard to reach this money goal and you never get to go to the beach, which is like my example. So I wanted to share this with you. But at the same time, if you do want the massive income because you want it to do whatever it is you want to do with it, that's your decision. And you want to have the freedom and flexibility, you can do that as well. Because to be honest, I have never earned more money in my life, but I've never had better health. I've never had more time catching up with friends, more time to spend with my family, and more time to do the things that really enhance my life so that I can live my life now. You can do it, but sometimes what you think may get it, and everyone is looking for more clients, more sales. Maybe you need to strip your entire business down and rebuild it in a whole different business structure. And that is what I help my clients do. I help them see what they think might be impossible or what might mean that they have to hustle every damn day to reach those money goals. And I say, no, we're actually not going to do that because that's not what you want. We're going to restructure your entire business model so that you can reach your money goals and have the freedom that you want. But sometimes it just takes knowing what your idea of success is first, and then we build it out because anything is possible. Everything is possible that you want. The problem is people don't understand what they want first. So what I want to leave you with at the end is success does not have to equal hard work if you don't want it to. And I don't think anyone actually starts a business to just work 24/7 and feel burnt out. Like, that is not on anyone's goals list, right? But so often business owners end up there. And that is the message that I want to leave you with today. I would absolutely love to hear if you've had any breakthroughs, if you've learned something about yourself, or if you've even just decided, wow, I am so far from my idea of success and now I know what my idea of success is. Please reach out to me. Please send me a message on Instagram at jess.williamson8. Let me know. Let me know what you took away from this episode. Let me know what your idea of success is. And I'd love to just have a chat and learn more about you as well. So thank you again for joining me on this episode of Couch Chats. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you screenshot it, share it to your social media, and spread the word because we're here to make a difference and you can help with spreading that message. Thanks again for tuning in, and I hope you have the most amazing week. I will speak to you soon.